Oh, the weather outside is frightful.
But the fire's so delightful.
It's Christmas in July.
Oh yes, let's review Lightyear.
Let's review.
Let's review.
Bum.
Bomb.
To infinity and beyond.
Not if I stop you first, Lightyear.
Not today, Zurg.
Oh god, how do you like my Wayne Knight, Zurg? Was that just a complete fail or what? Alright. I tried. Anyway, season's greetings, fellow armchair Imagineers. Tiki here.
And Blue Dragon 5.
And welcome to another festive edition of Christmas in July, the show where we review Christmas specials each and every day throughout the month of July. It's a gift that keeps on giving.
Oh yeah, big time.
Oh
To
yeah.
infinity and beyond, it keeps on giving.
Oh my god. So, let's see. So what's the date, Blue Dragon 5? Are we going a little bit stir crazy here? It's the 16th. So does that mean we're officially halfway through? No, I think we established yesterday. It's basically like we're 15 days down, and then after today, we're 15 days to go. So we're literally at the halfway point. This is the exact halfway point. This is the little spike in the middle of the castle at Disneyland, if you believe in that urban legend.
Spike.
Yeah,
Like
apparently
gold,
apparently
the
there's
golden spikes.
No. Apparently there's like some sort of like golden, like it's like a railroad spike that's like pounded into the ground, not like a big spike. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And apparently it's golden and it's in the center of the castle, and apparently it marks the exact center of Disneyland, but it's just geographically way off. But we're not here to talk about that.
Right.
We are halfway through Christmas in July. We are in the dead center. And what Christmas special do we have tonight, Blue Dragon 5?
A favorite of mine, the Buzz Lightyear of Star Command episode Holiday Time.
What the hell was this? What did you make me watch? I am so confused by this episode. I am baffled. Oh, man. Oh,
This is what happens when I try to expose you to culture.
Well, you exposed me to Bates Motel, and I turned out just fine. You exposed me to How to Train Your Dragons. That was cool. Batman, the Batman the Animated Series, that's certainly culture. Basically, I think a little bit of explanation is in order. What the hell is this show all about, Blue Dragon 5?
Okay, well, to put it simply, I fell in love with this show when I was a kid. Like, one of the best parts of this is a big old pillar in my childhood, really. I would tune into the Disney Saturday morning thing. Essentially, this show would get me up Saturday mornings, and in addition to Recess, but mainly, let's face it, this is the main show I would get up to watch. 'Cause, I mean, Buzz Lightyear, I was a huge Toy Story fan, and I found out Buzz Lightyear's getting a cartoon. That's awesome! I'd watch that, and then the conceit that it kind of ties into Toy Story was also interesting. It was just, I have so many nostalgic connections to this show, and it was 2 seasons of a lot of fun.
Yeah, and it's 2 seasons that are damn hard to get a hold of because those seasons are not available on DVD. I had a hell of a time trying to track down a sketchy-ass stream of this episode online. So
I actually remember I got the VH. I actually have the VHS tape and the little promotional cardboard thing. Yeah.
Is that literally what you watched it on today?
No, that was the movie though. It's only the movie.
Oh, okay. So how did you watch this?
Oh, this I have the DVDs of it.
You have burned DVDs?
Well, yeah, it was before I kind of knew specifically what the burning process was, but yeah.
I got you. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to put you on the spot there.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, the way I figured is if something's never going to be officially released on DVD, I mean, by all means, I'd throw money at this series if I could, but if they're not going to take my money, I'm going to use my money to get it somehow.
I hear you. All right. So, anyways,
if it does come out on DVD one day, I'll buy it again. I don't care.
Of course. So you said the Toy Story connection. You want to explain exactly what that is?
Sure. So those who are unfamiliar, and again, I recommend you check out what you can on YouTube of this, because some of the episodes are available on YouTube. Unfortunately, not all of them. But some indeed, and they're all worth checking, especially an episode called Lone Wolf, but I'll get into that some other time. Point is, Buzz Lightyear Star Command, essentially, the movie came out around Toy Story 2 to tie in, I guess, to Toy Story 2, because the Toy Story 2 opened with a Buzz Lightyear video game. And hearkening back to the original premise of Toy Story, we were going to open the film with a Buzz Lightyear cartoon. It was going to be 2D animated, much like this show was. Despite the show being, despite Toy Story being computer generated, it was going to be a 2D cell animated show.
Right.
And I suppose, just kind of, since they recycled that idea somewhat with Toy Story 2 with the video game opening, they figured, I assume more so the heads of Disney figured, let's try to market Toy Story. I mean, it's our most popular property right now. I mean, it's the second movie's got 100% Rotten Tomatoes. It might as well make.
There was a time when every kid in America wanted a Buzz Lightyear, so yes.
Yep, and short-sighted retailers did not order enough dolls to meet demand.
Oh, no, they didn't.
But, so essentially Disney, my assumption is that Disney's trying to capitalize on Toy Story's success by putting a TV show in the works and putting on the Disney Saturday morning slot, which, for me, it worked wonders. I love that show. That was the only reason I got up Saturday morning to watch
Disney's one Saturday morning. No,
oh,
I'm sorry, I'm just playing nostalgia critic.
Right. Watch that on Saturday mornings, and I guess I had good other programs that I watch while I was waiting for it or after, like Recess. Also give me company, watch some additional cool stuff Disney put out on Saturday morning. So it was a big success, in my opinion. So essentially, they put together a movie. Essentially, it's an animated film. It's really 3 episodes of the series put together. It's a package sort of thing, but they took out the opening and closings.
Mm-hmm.
And they had Tim Allen do the voice for the first movie. It's the only time he ever does the voice because he was replaced by Patrick Warburton for the rest of the series because availability reasons.
I think Patrick Warburton really does a good job with his role, because essentially what he does not try to copy Tim Allen at all. Like,
I mean,
really,
if anything, he might have kind of the pauses in delivery, if anything. But I mean, really, it's his own thing.
It's totally his own thing, and I think what he's going for is he's going through, like, a voice actor in the Toy Story universe, what their interpretation of Buzz Lightyear would be if they didn't know that the Tim Allen voice existed.
Yeah, essentially, it's kind of.
I think that's just such a brilliant conceit, and I think it's just like it's such a layered performance when you think of it that way. It's like it's the inception of voice acting. It's like a performance within a performance within a performance.
Oh yeah, it's kind of neat when you think about originally Toy Story. Buzz was sold as a superhero pretty much, and
right.
That before Tim Allen went and made him like a closed head injury sort of guy. And it's kind of neat to harken back to it. Essentially, Buzz Lightyear is kind of like a hotshot Flash Gordon in space.
Yeah, and that's exactly how Warburton plays him, and it's great.
It's great, and also Warburton at times, and just overall delivery, it's like kind of a self-aware performance too. So he does have a lot of comedy infused there as he.
Sure.
So Buzz Lightyear is like more random we've ever seen him before in terms of character depth. So it's really funny. So anyway, the opening to that Adventure Begins thing essentially was our toy. This is pretty much the most we got out of the Toy Story characters, aside from the opening where they're just watching TV, and the opening to each episode's credits. But essentially, the premise was with the VHS tape. We saw a fully computer animated thing where the gang got the Buzz Lightyear VHS tape, The Adventure Begins, and essentially Buzz says, "Oh yeah, a new Buzz Lightyear movie," and then Woody makes a barb saying, "Oh, they draw you that fat on the cover, Buzz," and making fun in front of Jesse. Then they're teasing Rex because Rex wants to watch the VHS because he's a huge Buzz Lightyear fan.
Right.
And basically they're joking with, "Oh no, we're just gonna watch the commercials, Rex." What? No, we're kidding, Rex. He says, "No." It's stuck. It's jammed in the VHS and the VCR. I don't think we can play it. Oh, he faints out. So essentially, that was the most we ever got out of it. They were sitting down to watch the thing.
Oh, you gotta love Wallace as Rex. Oh, my God.
Yeah. Essentially, that was the most Toy Story we ever got from the series itself. Does pretty much tie into that in the conceit that Buzz Lightyear is based off something, and it was based off this cartoon.
Yeah, exactly.
which spawned video games and so forth
Oh,
in the Toy Story
really
universe.
cool. It's a really cool idea.
It
I'm
is.
down for that once I kind of understood the whole thing. To me, what I really didn't understand was the whole Galactic Alliance, which you had to explain to me, but we won't really get it. It's
Right.
basically like the humans and aliens. They're all peaceful with each other.
It's like
It's like it's a
essentially
big world. There's a lot of mythology, and so
essentially, I recommend all you at least watch that first introductory episode pilot.
exactly,
In the movie, the adventure begins basically when the team gets together. Because I'm not going to bore you with details. Essentially, Buzz gets loses a partner, by the end of it, he gets a team. When this team is our series.
Yeah, for sure.
And again, last thing on the Galactic Alliance, he mentions that in Toy Story a lot, saying, protect the Galactic Alliance against Zurg.
Mm-hmm.
In the original Toy Story, and that's what he's mentioning here, pretty much. So basically, they took what the framework of Toy Story, the films we know about Buzz Lightyear, and it's funny that they expand upon it. I don't think really any Pixar players really had any roles within this series. It was pretty much, I assume, Disney production.
Oh, okay, right on.
I mean, Andrew Stan did the voice of Ham in the little opening I just mentioned for VHS tape, so kind of weird. They didn't even get John Ratzenberg for that.
Yeah, that is weird. It's like they didn't have their good luck charm. Maybe that's why this series only lasted 2 seasons.
And Jim Hanks. Jim Hanks did the voice of Woody in there, like he usually does when it's not in the films.
Is that the brother?
Yeah, that's Tom Hanks' brother.
Okay,
he always does the voice for Woody when Tom Hanks doesn't.
All right, cool.
And pretty much. Where was I? Oh, yeah, Galactic Alliance is pretty much just the UN of aliens, and there's Capital Plan, which is our sub for Earth. It works like Star Trek. That's pretty much it in a nutshell.
Sure.
And Zurg's a little more played for comedy and less Darth Vader-y, but he's got Darth Vader qualities.
Do you want to get into our little Zurg theory that we came up with?
Yeah, sure, real quick.
So
Zurg.
essentially, can I tell it?
No, sure, tell it though.
All right. So Zurg is voiced by Wayne Knight. Most people know him in Seinfeld, but to me, he will always be Nedry from Jurassic Park. He will always be Nedry to me. He's Nedry in my heart. But
most importantly, he voices Al in Toy Story 2. Al McWiggin.
Yes, indeed.
Toy Story 2.
And so, what's the connection, Blue Dragon 5?
Well, I mean, if you're gonna, I never really considered this until Tiki brought up the fact that Patrick Wilbur would be doing a voice within a voice, pretty much.
Exactly. Yeah.
Thinking it like that, if we really are in the Toy Story universe here, which we are pretty much, except for like a few inconsistencies here and there. Main one being just the LGMs. Really, it's really the only issue there.
Were the LGMs like?
Yeah, the LGMs are a stamp in the series. Like they appear, they're employed by Star Command usually. So.
No, I know, but like.
Well, no, the Pizza Planet toys.
In the Toy Story films, were they established to not have any sort of connection to Lightyear?
Yeah, they're just Pizza Planet toys. The pizza slices are on their uniform, so they have no connection with Buzz Lightyear.
Okay, I gotcha. Well,
that's the one. And
I'll forgive them because the little green men are such iconic parts of Toy Story, and I think they work really well. It ties in, it makes the whole thing seem rather kinetic. You know what I mean?
To be fair, it's not set in granite that the LGMs aren't in Buzz Lightyear. I just want to make that clear. But it's
right.
If you really want to stretch it, you could always say maybe there's a promotional tie-in deal that Pizza Planet has a tie-in with the Buzz Lightyear.
I could see that. I could totally see that.
And that's why they're in there.
Tie-in stuff with a Chuck E. Cheese and stuff like that all the time.
And that's why the LGMs are in Pizza Planet. It's
so I don't think that's stretching it that much.
So that's my assumption. Then again, the question is why would Buzz be there the whole restaurant? But anyways, so let's see. So barring a few things. Anyway, the idea would be, what if Al McWiggin, now that he was strapped for cash by the end of the strapped for cash of a big deal with the toy museum.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna be a little short on cash, so maybe he did the voice of Zurg on the Buzz Lightyear cartoon.
Oh, I love this idea.
Or maybe he did that before he found Woody, and he's still strapped for cash, presumably.
Right, yeah.
So it's a funny idea.
Either way, it's just really amusing. It's just like, let's get this local celebrity to voice Zurg.
I mean, nothing against that idea.
All right. But anyways, enough tomfoolery. Let's get into the actual episode.
Yeah, again, just the son before, I'll say I highly recommend this series to anyone, especially Toy Story fans. And the only background I really have on this series is that
Mhm.
the animation, from what I understood, there's only like one writer on the show, which kind of is a little perplexing. I gotta rewatch the series and watch the credits a little more carefully now.
That's kind of surprising considering how seemingly deep everything is just on my first episode of it. Huh.
Yeah, so I mean, I could be wrong on that. I'm saying like, if you ever look it up, you're only going to see one writer credit, which is kind of odd. But,
Sure.
the main thing is that in terms of directors and animators, I watched this on the first episode of the movie. The movie that tied in episodes, Adventure Begins. You'll notice, I remember watching through the credits one day, and I noticed there's a lot of overseas names on there. So presumably all the animation was, I believe, done in, again, I'm assuming South Korea.
Mm-hmm.
Point is overseas, so it's either some Asian descent of the animation, and I presume some of the directors also.
Right. Well, that just makes sense.
Which is neat.
Shows are done that way. So
again, that was the movie, so I'm not sure about the series. Just want to make that distinction. So a lot of the animation done overseas. Anyway, that's all the background I really got.
Okay.
And as a really great voice cast, which I guess we'll highlight during the thing. But let's go. Okay, so let's
get into Buzz Lightyear Star Command Holiday Time. Take it away, Blue Dragon 5.
Okay, so it's Christmas on presumably Capital Planet, which again is pretty much like Coruscant for Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah, when you said Coruscant, I was like, okay, I get it.
Yeah, pretty much like Coruscant from Star Wars, but on Buzz Lightyear Star Command. We see our robot friend XR. He doesn't quite get what the holidays are about because he's a robot.
And right away, right from the very get-go, less than a minute in, I'm like, oh, there's a Scrooge, right there, there's a Scrooge.
XR, always a fun character, getting into shenanigans, and
yes.
if not voiced by...
It's funny because you call him a fun character, but quite frankly, he's a little bit of a jerk in this episode.
Well, a lot of time he is pretty much self-centered. Again, he's kind of like George Costanza from Seinfeld.
Is he kind of like Okay, yeah, I got the George Costanza reference. I got that. Another one does he maybe have a little Squidward in him, possibly?
Well, he is kind of, I guess, at the team, he's usually the most cynical and antagonist.
Okay.
He'll be the guy poking the holes in things. Imagine if Squidward was funnier. Pretty much, that'd be XR.
Hey! Them fighting words.
Well, I mean, no. I love Squidward too, but I mean, like, intentionally, like, it's like a Squidward who doesn't bother by everything. He's like, so
a Squidward who's just kind of lighter. Okay, I see.
But he'll say, like, XR's character basically says, oh, we're heading into a dangerous situation here. So it's kind of like a C-3PO also say, we're heading into a dangerous situation. Maybe should we do this? So a lot of sarcasm with XR, pretty much. So he's got attitude, and it's funny.
And I also really like XR's design because it's basically like, I like the fact that it's like a miniature Buzz Lightyear suit, except with this tiny little robot head poking out of it.
Oh yeah, I always love the design of XR's head, but yeah, real fun design. If not voiced by Larry Miller, he's voiced by Neil Flynn in this special particularly.
Mm-hmm.
Again, funny character. He's with one of my favorites, Mira Nova, the former Princess of Tangia, now rookie Space Ranger. Nicole Sullivan doing the voice, fantastic. Anyway, so basically she's taking XR around the holidays, I presumably doing Christmas shopping, just going around the holiday. They're supposed to meet up with Buzz, actually, so they're meeting up with Buzz and the plan. There's basically walks and past the store with a little robot hanging a bulb on a thing. He says, let go with the bulb! It's just a pre-programmed robot.
He's like, calm down, dude. Like, this is my first introduction to you as a character, and you're supposed to be likable.
Yeah, well, Faith XR is always kind of the most self-centered, but again, with heart and comedy to it.
Yeah.
But again, Mira's trying to explain the holidays to him, but he says, oh, you really don't get it, do you? And essentially, if you really want to look deep into it, XR is kind of scared by commercialism of the holidays, because like a kid tries to make off them like a gift. Says, oh, Mommy, I want the robot.
Right, yeah.
Basically, this holiday's crazy, these grabby kids.
Well,
so, I mean, XR is coming... Sorry, what?
Oh, I just said it is a crazy holiday indeed.
Oh yeah, so essentially XR is he's not entirely in the wrong when he's saying the holidays can be crazy, but he doesn't really get it though.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying for sure.
We have a bit of the Christmas formula coming up where we see Buzz Lightyear collecting as a charity Santa.
Oh yeah, and we saw that last night with As Told by Ginger.
So the collecting Santa Clauses. So that's a
Yeah,
Christmas formula.
get a mark for that. Oh yeah.
So again, great to see Buzz Lightyear doing his part to serve the community. That's what Buzz Lightyear would do. You
Yeah,
know.
no, I really do like this. You know, and he says it's specifically to get him into the Christmas spirit. So yeah, it's nice. You know, it's just like, oh yeah, I'm just here. I'm just getting into the Christmas spirit. Oh, it's great Patrick Warburton
And
performance.
XR like makes some sort of barb saying, "Oh well, I still don't get the Christmas spirit." And then Buzz, pretty funny. Buzz, he's the captain of the team, so he's saying, Ranger, I order you get the Christmas spirit right now. Then XR pulls out his little change belt and he gets it. Okay, here you go.
Oh god.
Anyway, so the important part here is Santa Claus. Actually, another Christmas trait here, and that our Santa Claus is actually in the special.
Indeed.
And
Santa Claus needs our heroes' help.
And actually, interesting little tidbit here, Tiggy. This is voiced by a familiar Santa we've heard before.
Oh, is it?
This is Earl Bowen, or the Santa Claus who was in the second John Bravo Christmas special.
Oh, okay, nice.
And then basically he approaches Buzz Lightyear and says, "Oh no, you're laughing all wrong." Santa Claus laughs like this. Ho ho ho! He says, "Oh, thank you, citizen."
I must say that was an impressive laugh, but it still doesn't beat Mikey's laugh. Ho ho ho!
Yeah.
Mikey, god damn it, you are the god of Christmas of July so far.
Well, he sings like Robert Goulet. How can he not be? Anyway, point is, Earl Bowden Santa here. He didn't just stop by to just critique Buzz on his ho ho hoing. It's he needs Buzz's help, but he points out that he's a real Santa Claus, and Buzz makes mock. There's a funny Toy Story reference here. Again, one of the far and few Toy Story references within the show. It really cracks me up. That's so funny. Basically, Buzz doesn't believe that he's Santa Claus, and he kind of mocks him. And then Santa Claus says, "You're mocking me, aren't you?" He says, "Oh, no."
I totally missed that.
Funny reference to the first Toy Story between Buzz.
Yeah.
The landmark bit in Toy Story where he says, "You're mocking me, aren't you?" He says, "Oh, no. Look, Buzz, an alien!"
There.
Funny.
Oh, good stuff.
Dude, it's funny to see Buzz on the reverse end of that.
Mm-hmm.
It's the point is Buzz is a little skeptical here. He's not a full-on Scrooge here. He's just skeptical because the guy just...
No, we already established that XR is our Scrooge, so let's not even speculate on anyone else. I mean, they make it obvious right from the get-go.
And again, I like how Buzz approaches this pretty much like a space cop, which that pretty much Buzz Lightyear is, and all their characters are in the show.
Sure.
He approaches like, no, sir, just whether I think you're crazy or not is irrelevant. You say you need help, so Ranger Nova here, Mira Nova, will take your statement. Meanwhile, he gets a call from Booster. Booster saying, I need assistance, Buzz. It's going chaotic down. It's going chaotic down here. I'll be right there, Booster. He says, Mira Nova will take your statement. XR wants no part of this. Like, no! Then Buzz Lightyear's off and away, and the wings come out through the Santa suit. So basically, Santa's giving a statement to Mira Nova in the meantime. Anyway, so let's see. So let's see.
So we get to Booster, right?
Oh, yes. I see Booster and then the full Santa Claus.
Oh.
The full Santa Claus garb, and basically he's cowering behind like either the bag of toys or like a little wall or something. Basically, the kids are like, "You're not Santa!" And basically Buzz gets there, quails and joys. "No, okay, I'm Santa Claus." "If you're really Santa Claus, how do you get around so fast?" You want to see me put a hole with my wrist laser in the wall?"
Yay!
Because kids love violence.
Of course.
But more so, they love...
You loved violence as a kid, didn't you, Blue Dragon 5? I mean, isn't it just a prerequisite for children?
Well, I did like Dragon Ball Z.
There you go. You know, it's violence in children's media is what.
Well, also half of Batman's qualifications are hitting people, so I guess I do like violence. Anyway, so the point is,
Pokemon is just essentially
Pokemon's
stylized dog fighting when you want to get into it really.
It's an underground fighting ring. That Pokemon. It's a sanctioned underground fighting ring. So point is, so Buzz he swoops in. Basically, the kids are enamored by the Buzz quails the kids along with Booster quails and by showing that he's a space ranger and basically regaling them with stories as he's giving the toys away, which is a really smart idea, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, you're not Santa Claus, but I'm even cooler. I'm a space ranger. Hey!
And
then basically
Buzz supposed to be like a big celebrity in this universe.
Pretty much. And Buzz Lightyear's the most notable space ranger. Like, he literally has a fan club.
Right.
There's an episode literally in the series where XR runs an illegal fan club for Buzz Lightyear among the Star Command spaceship.
Oh, no.
Which is funny. Anyway, so essentially after they quail the kids, they have the call, distress call, where I forget if it's from Commander Nebula or not. The point is after Mira has given the statement, has gotten the statement from Santa Claus, they kind of shrug him off to deal with Commander Nebula has news for them about. They head back to Star Command, and we find that the Zurg has announced his crimes, which consist of the evil Emperor Zurg announces his crimes already, which is a little unusual. He monologues, but not this.
This basically kind of reminded me of, Loki slash not Khan from Into Darkness. Like, oh, take me in. You know what I mean? Just the trope of.
Yeah, well, Zurg's not really saying take me in. He's just saying I'm going to commit these crimes regardless of what you guys do.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry.
The point is, the three crimes are he's going to sabotage the Space Rangers' fleet of spaceships, including 42. Basically, he's going to free all the prisoners on PC-7, which is a giant prison asteroid, pretty much.
Okay.
And last but not least, going to steal Buzz Lightyear's morning paper. And the Space Rangers are saying, "Oh, that's preposterous." Yeah, that's
great.
Anyway, so let's see here. So Zurg doesn't commit the crimes till a little later, does he?
Oh God, I don't.
And do we go to the tree lighting ceremony next, or do we see him do the crimes yet?
I'm pretty sure that we see Zurg stealing. Wait, hold on. I'm pretty sure that we see Zurg stealing the paper before the tree lighting.
Okay, so basically after that, we see all that stuff actually happen. So you sabotage the ships right then and there. So, okay, we gotta go to PC-7. And it's all freed all the prisoners. And then the last one, though, I'm kind of surprised that there was a bunch of times ago. There was all urgency and immediacy. If it were me, I'd have Space Rangers stationed outside Buzz's house. So basically we're at Buzz's condo, and we see he's walking out, apparently the next morning, walking out. I guess they shrugged it off as an actual threat. And he's going there to get his paper, and then it disappears, and it's Zurg saying, "Top of the morning, Jill, like you're."
I love Wayne Knight's vocal performance right there.
Oh yeah, Wayne Knight is a very funny. He's over the top in the best way, though.
Oh yeah.
So he loves what he does, and you gotta respect someone who does that.
Oh, certainly.
I mean Zurg too. I mean Zurg loved being evil. You can tell that in the performance. Anyways,
he relished in it, absolutely.
Essentially, Zurg's proven victorious here, in that everyone's baffled as how he's doing this.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, now we're at the tree lighting ceremony. Basically, it's a really cool tree, by the way. It's like a holographic tree that lights up. It's really cool.
Yeah, and might I also mention that tree lighting is another holiday tradition. So.
Oh yeah.
Chalk that one off.
Oh yeah. And basically, there's like a question of belief by our Santa Claus here, or what everyone believes to be the faux Santa Claus. And since we've learned that Buzz stopped believing after he didn't get another chalk this on.
Oh my God! Oh.
Okay, now chalk this one up to the.
Can I go through this?
In 1 second, I want to mention.
Because this is my favorite gag in the whole episode.
Can I mention? Let me mention what the reference is, then you can go ahead.
Okay.
So essentially, Buzz says he didn't get the equivalent of the Red Ryder BB gun. So chalk that one up. Okay, now take us through why he didn't get that and why Santa says.
So we get a flashback of a very young Buzz with what is it, like a cannon or something, like a laser cannon.
Oh yeah, a blaster, like a little plasma.
Yeah, a little blaster. And
point is, we should say that Santa Claus.
And you don't see the cat's face, or I think you just see the tail, right? And the tail is just like, and it's, all the hair's been blown off. And young Buzz, he just looks so terrified, and he's just like, and he just puts it behind his back, and that's totally an Anton Ego Ratatouille moment.
Okay, but for a second though, we prerequisite how we got there. Santa Claus basically Buzz said, "I stopped believing when I didn't get that." And then Santa Claus said, "You think I'd give a big laser like that to someone after the Fluffy incident?"
Oh,
And then
God.
we see that whole flashback where Buzz accidentally lasered the cat. I gotta say, it's silly as all get out, but it's funny as heck.
Oh, it's great. Yeah.
I'm saying what cracks me up more, makes it silly, is that Buzz just is so weirdly designed as a kid.
Exactly. Yeah.
And he still had the little space cap on, even way back when. We never
Right.
see under that cap, by the way. We see his ear once, but we never see under the cap.
Oh, is it like a double D thing?
I guess pretty much. I mean, the thing is, like, at times Buzz might be shirtless now and again, but always have the little purple thing on over his head. So
Right.
Like, it's like he's so used to being a space ranger, like, precautionary, I guess. He just gets in the
God.
habit of it.
Right.
Like, I mean, we saw him earlier on in the morning routine here. He's not going on duty yet, but he's still wearing the purple thing.
Yeah.
The real reason is how else will we know it's him?
Sure.
Aside from the dimple on the chin, we have no idea who it is. Anyway,
Okay, so continuing.
the point is, Buzz said that's
Yeah.
when he stopped believing that. He's convinced now. After he says no one knew about the Fluffy incident. Says, unless you're Santa Claus. And we learned that Zurg, after he basically makes off with the Christmas tree, we find that Zurg is after Christmas. He's going to destroy Christmas.
One quick thing about the Christmas tree.
Okay.
It was totally like a callback to me. It was like a mix of Batman Returns with the whole lighting the Christmas tree,
Well, no one died on it.
and then The Dark Knight Rises with an exchange of the whole football field collapsing. Instead, it's the Christmas tree that collapses. Am I just stretching things really thin? Because basically the giant hole where the Christmas tree used to be, totally called back Dark Knight Rises vibes. But that's just me.
Yeah, I get that.
All right, fair enough.
Anyway. So let's see. So anyway, Zurg's trying to make off the Christmas. He gets a call on the risk communicator that, okay, Zurg's still Christmas. This is bad. So now Buzz buys into what Santa Claus has been selling to everybody, saying, okay, well, Zurg's after Christmas. We got to stop him.
Mhm.
And basically the plot is, let's save our holiday. And we find out from Santa Claus, Buzz is taken to North Polaris by Santa Claus in his Christmas tree spaceship, which is so awesome to say.
Oh, yes. It's
Santa
a really cool
Claus-
design. This is an awesome version of the North Pole, I must say. I was a
And
little
we-
bit confused watching it first. I was like, wait, so I assume the North Pole doesn't exist, it's just North Polaris?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, that's what I was
It's
assuming.
its own planet or little section of planet. I guess.
Sure. Okay.
Point is, it's So anyway, I just love the idea of Santa in space. I mean, if we thought just Santa Claus delivering across one planet was enough, this guy delivers that
Oh, I
across.
know, it's insanity, especially after the Family Guy incident we just witnessed.
Oh yeah. But then again, he has a better excuse for it, though. The reason he can do it in one night.
Yeah, and I thought this was clever. I don't think many people have thought about this. He just
Well,
freezes time.
When we see that Bryan Cranston Christmas special at some point in the future, you'll see that's
God.
used again.
Oh,
But
man.
anyway, so let's see. So yeah, they're on the way in the Christmas tree space to the North Polaris, and we see. First of all, I love the gag that the LGMs are elf GMs in this case, and apparently not all of them were for Star Command, which just cracks me up.
I
And
think
by
it
the
just
way-
makes sense though. Like, even if it doesn't tie in kinetically with the rest of Toy Story, it just kinetically works. It just ties everything together, even if it really logically doesn't make sense. I liked it. I like the idea. It just just fits.
Do you like the LGMs as characters?
Yes. Oh, yes. Absolutely.
It's kind of funny. Actually, the LGMs are also voiced by Patrick Wilburton.
Really? Okay,
Yes.
that's cool.
They're also voiced by Patrick Wilburton. Just like it's either on helium or altered somehow, but
Oh God, right.
it's altered somehow.
I'm
Anyway,
sure.
so anyway, the point is the reason Zurg can do all these crimes and so fast is he's stolen Santa Claus's hyper speed accelerator. Well, I mean, I'm sorry. Actually, no, it's that's the other thing. Sorry, it's the Chronal Disruptor was stolen. So yeah, so basically he stole the Chrono Disruptor, which allows Santa Claus to freeze time. This little like handheld device that he uses it freezes time. That's what Zurg's been doing. It has like this really nice design of like when it's activated, it has like this whole flurry of snow flakes and blue.
Yeah, it was a cool idea for sure.
So essentially, Zurg has that, and in his hands, that's not good. So after Christmas, I mean, the guy's pretty much he's going to be able to rule the place of time in the palm of his hand, and in Zurg's sharp little clawy hands, that's not good.
Yeah, the last person we want ruling the universe is Alien Newman.
Oh yeah. You just wait, Seinfeld, because you rule the day. Nobody. No. Anyway, so let's see. So the Chrono Disruptor's been stolen. Also, I love how Santa Claus kind of threatens Buzz, saying, "Don't tell anyone about this place you're going to, North Polaris in the workshop."
Yeah, yeah.
I like how Buzz stays true to that, basically saying he doesn't tell the team where they are at first, where he is at first.
Yeah, that's true. He does kind of try it, and the team's all like, "Oh wow, this is so cool. Where are we?"
That's later on. Later on, when they're welcomed by Santa Claus personally. But anyway, Buzz just contacts him and says, meet him at Trade World. Trade World, I should mention, Tiki, is basically that's the most city-like planet ever. Basically, it's the seediest part of the galaxy.
Okay.
It's that's where all your underhanded deals and basically where robots are sold for parts. So you can imagine with a character like XR, he's going to be involved in those episodes going there.
Sure, sure.
So it's a dangerous place, pretty much. Trade World. It's literally you trade there, so it's like all business and the underhanded city deals.
Yeah,
gotcha. It's the most crime-ridden place in the cosmos. So let's see. Also, we should mention in North Polaris, Buzz Lightyear asked the logical question. Okay, well, what did you use before this? And the hyperspeed accelerator, which is this giant. I love this device. I love how it looks later on. It's this giant snowflake-like engine.
Yeah, yeah.
that you would strap to the sleigh to make it go so fast it freezes time around it. So it's a little different. The other one just freezes time. This one will make you go so fast you freeze time.
Okay, you see, this is kind of where the episode was kind of losing me a little bit. I mean, when you're explaining it, it totally makes sense, but in the context of a 20-minute, short episode, I'm just like, wait, what? We've got this device and this. What's going on?
What's on?
To its credit, it is cool how much scientific, sci-fi stuff they get into this show. And you as a gadget guy, I'm sure you'd really appreciate it.
Oh yeah, I love my gadgets.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, so that's essentially the plan. Is Buzz is gonna Buzz Lightyear has a need for speed, and as we saw by the Fluffy incident, he's also got a need for firepower too. Wow. He's again, Buzz is a rookie at heart, regardless. So he loves speed and just getting into dangerous situations as long as he's gonna save the day. Sure. He says, "Okay, I want this thing strapped to my back in 5 minutes." So basically, strapped to his rocket bag. So I like how it's lightweight enough that he can move somewhat in it. It works more like a big backpack.
Mm-hmm.
So he's strapped to his back super fast. It looks so cool. So ridiculous. So anyway, so that's the plan. Is Buzz is going to go super fast along with Zurg so we can actually stop him before he freezes time. More on that in a minute. Point is, so we're at Trade World right now, and basically he confirms to the team that, he's Santa Claus, all right. So now they all buy it, okay, Santa, except for XR.
Of course XR doesn't buy it.
That's important.
Of course.
Anyways, let's see. Essentially, Buzz strategically comes up with a trap for Zurg, basically saying, okay, you guys are going to try to stop Zurg. I mean, obviously, we can't do that without this little thing strapped to my back here. But that's what he's going to think we have. He's going to think we have a failed line of defense here. So meanwhile, I'm going to attack him from behind, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially, they bait Zurg. Zurg's about to activate the device. And Santa Claus makes it explicitly clear. And I like how they give you a little bit of tension there. Basically, you have to go that super fast. You have to start the engine on your back the second Zurg uses the device. I always like that. And he does that, so basically Zurg is about to use the device, and he cuts the commercial right the minute he does so, too.
It's cheap.
Yeah, it's a bit. And I love how they kind of make you think that Buzz didn't get to do it in time because he's frozen there for a second.
Yeah.
So cool, basically Zurg saying, "Oh, Lightyear, you tried." And basically, also, I love how Zurg was mocking him for saying, "Oh, I guess I'm going to surrender," like that's going to happen. He's all
Right.
gloaty. That's Zurg.
Oh yeah.
Essentially, Buzz is a baited Zurg here, and he's like stuck in. He's frozen to what Zurg thinks he's frozen, but then he says, "How could you possibly? How could you possibly go? How could you possibly stop me from stopping time with the hyperspeed accelerator?" I love the animation on Buzz, and this again, the special isn't exactly my go-to reference for people on this show, but what's kind of different than what the show usually does. This one really has a stylized action scene here. It's really kind of like hypercharged.
That's what I definitely noticed. Yeah, it really was very cool.
It was cool. I'm just saying it's usually different than what we get in the series. The series has cool action, but it's a little more hypercharged than usual. And it makes sense because he has a giant.
Dare I say a little more DBZ-esque?
Yeah. It's a little. I'm saying like more like anime ninja-ish, but.
Yeah, exactly. Just like it's just it's like really darting around, fast-paced, really high stakes. I really enjoyed it.
Which is really cool. It's like Zurg and Buzz get into some banter, like, "Come on, fly, boy." So then they get into like a little chase and battle while Buzz has the upper hand here. He can move fast, but Zurg can also move. Zurg's just battling a fast Buzz Lightyear while time is frozen around him, which is really cool. And what's even cooler in this hypercharged action scene is that Buzz throws snowballs at Zurg to defeat him, which is really cool. So at super speed too, so it's like he can move kind of like the Flash in this thing.
Right.
Also, a little nitpick I have about Zurg here. In the series, you'll notice the thing with Zurg is that he can make his hands. I guess they just made Zurg a robot in the series. You never see under the armor or anything.
Yeah, sure.
But his arms can become the Ion Blaster from Toy Story 2.
Okay.
And usually, however, in the cooler versions of it, in like a few episodes, you'll see him actually use the Ion Blaster, like the huge thing. It's a weapon that's not his arm.
Right.
So I'm saying when they do it that way, it's fantastic. It's better.
Yeah.
But when they make it his hands, and sometimes they use both hands too, which makes it look silly to me.
Sure. Okay, I get what you're saying.
I assume just later on, it's a way to cut down animation, I guess.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying I prefer the separate weapon. Because it's like from Toy Story 2. That's the main reason.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
Anyway, minor nitpick. Anyway, the point is, so the action scene happens, and basically both our devices get damaged in the fight, particularly the rocket pack and the little the hyperspeed accelerator rocket pack. And
even you're having a hard time keeping track of all this crap.
No, I'm just making sure.
I'm telling you, it was hard. I was just sitting here. I was
it's
like,
only 2 devices, T. Stop whining.
Too much exposition.
It's only 2. I'm saying the names properly. That's the only reason I'm materially hesitating on them. It's only 2 devices, man. I've literally cataloged over 200 Batman gadgets, okay?
Oh my. I'm sure you have.
Like 26 varieties of battery. I don't want to hear you complaining about 2 devices.
Okay, fair enough.
Anyway, so it's only just a handheld time stopper and an engine time stopper.
Yeah, I got it.
So the point is they're both destroyed, and then Zurg has the barb saying you won't be able to stop time anymore, Zurg. It says, "Neither will you, Lightyear." Which means Christmas is ruined. That's so evil. Thanks for noticing. as he scurries away. Anyway, so it's looking pretty bad for Christmas here. So we're out of transportation, a way to stop time, so we can do this ridiculous feat of delivering presents to the entire galaxy.
Yeah, and of course, can't.
There is a third option.
No, I was just going to say can't bring up the scene without, bringing up the fact that it is yet again, oh no, we have to help Santa deliver presents at the last minute.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Big time.
So let's see. Okay, so after, by the way, there's a really cool standoff bit too, right when the voices got destroyed between Buzz and Zurg within this like really red sign behind them.
Mm-hmm.
It was a really cool shot. Just wanted to mention that. So they bring the.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, very very stylized for sure.
So they bring the handheld time stopper to the workshop because that was the main one for use because it's all compact and it freezes time instead of you having to go super fast. So it's much more convenient.
Sure, yeah.
And they try to get that repaired by the elf GMs. And that's when our gang gets to go to the workshop and they're letting on the secret pretty much.
Right.
And XR's still unconvinced.
Of course.
He's getting there, but he's on the surface. He's unconvinced. Point is, they try to repair it. It's a no-go. It says it's going to take like weeks to repair, which might be a reference to the original Toy Story. But I'm stretching on that one.
Wait. How?
Wait, I don't actually. If they said weeks, it might have just said 3 days. Actually, never mind. If it's 3 days, not a reference at all. Like Buzz Lightyear says about his ship when it lands in Toy Story, says, "Oh, this will take weeks to repair."
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
But it's actually, I think it's just 3 days. So never mind. Anyway, so they try to repair the workshop, no go. But then there's a third option. The third option is kind of a more classic option. That the sleigh is run on belief, so it can go as fast as Buzz Lightyear's engine that was on his back. But it's powered by belief. It's in the sleigh, though.
I do believe in fairies. I do.
Except for robots.
Yeah. Oh god.
So let's see. We see basically everyone believes, and I love how Buzz Lightyear says, "I believe 110%," because he's seen it. He knows.
Yeah, that was great.
It makes sense. And basically, the ship's almost to full power, but there's one person in this room who doesn't believe. I love Earl Bowden's Santa Claus here. It's really neat. He's like the guy who knows the most in the room, and he's a little trickster guy too. Basically, XR saying, I just don't believe. I can't help it. He's not doing malice.
I can't help it. I'm programmed to not believe. Give me a break.
Again, I like how XR, he's not trying to be a bad guy here. He just doesn't get it. He just doesn't believe.
Right.
And it's funny, like Buzz basically said, "Why? How can you not believe?" They're yelling at XR, and then Buzz says, "No, you can't. You can't force someone to believe. You can't. You have to let XR make the decision himself." Then Buzz says, "Ranger, I order you to believe in Santa Claus right now." He tries forcing you, it doesn't work, and then Santa Claus says, "Well, you know what? I think you actually believe. I think you actually believe more than anyone else in this room." He does reverse psychology on XR pretty much. Essentially, he says, "Oh, that's an old Santa trick of yours, isn't it?" He says, "Oh, so you do believe I'm Santa Claus?"
Oh.
No. Which is fun. And essentially, the Rangers helped out Santa Claus during the run, so yeah, it is a delivery plot.
Mm-hmm.
And they deliver gifts across the cosmos. There's a little in-joke here I know you didn't get to, so I'll explain it a little. Do you remember the classic UFO-looking little girl?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, now, she's actually in a few episodes of the series. The idea is that, and Booster, saw her. Remember Booster's eating the cookies and she saw her?
Yeah, right. I thought that was very, very... Again, I kind of thought it was a Cindy Lou Who shout-out.
What's kind of funny is that it's still kind of a mistake in the episode, because she should know who he is, but she kind of acts like she doesn't.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Either that, or she recognizes him and say, "Why are you eating my cookies?" She seems upset by it for some reason. I don't get why, but essentially, that little girl and Booster have a past together. Basically, they befriended each other when Booster crash landed on our planet, pretty much.
Okay, interesting.
Anyway, that's all. Anyway, sorry.
No.
Also, one of my favorite things, they make a snowman in the sky.
Do you want to build a starman?
Star Cluster Man. Really neat. And then the ending is XR has come full circle in his belief. Like the Rangers say, "Oh, good work, team." And St. Louis congratulates him. Says, "Where's XR?" "Oh, he's embraced the Christmas spirit. He has something to do." And we see XR for, I assume, a day. A day allowed himself to be the kid's
I would
Christmas
hope
gift.
so. Yeah, I would hope this isn't a permanent arrangement.
And he basically said, "Oh, see, it is real. He brought him here." He says, "Kid, you have no idea." It basically said, "Kid, you have to believe." It's really nice. Now XR has fully come to grips with things, and he's in the Christmas spirit. So his Scrooge arc is...
like Parappa the Rapper!
So his arc is completely finished there. Now he's de-Scroogified.
Indeed.
It's a little
well done, special. Yeah. So I do like how this, the special, it's very heavy-handed with the Scrooge. It introduces it right up front and closes it out right at the very end. So
that is not an unlikable Scrooge.
Oh, yeah. And we've got a lot of tropes here. We've got the tree lighting. We've got the, helping Santa deliver presents at the last minute. But there's definitely some twists on it. Like I said, Blue Dragon 5, I was kind of lost given the fact that this is my first... Really, I should have watched Buzz Lightyear, The Adventure Begins, or whatever it is.
Oh, yeah. Oh, actually, there's a lot of Toy Story references in the original special, too, by the way.
Uh-huh.
Actually,
I should have watched that first just so I knew the universe going in. I really should have, but alas, I didn't. So I kind of felt like I was jumping into like, wait, what is going on? I don't understand the physics or the politics or anything. But you know, Blue Dragon 5, I think you did your best. So I definitely say I'm interested in checking out more of this show, especially due to the Toy Story timeline. I don't necessarily think it's the strongest Christmas special. I really don't, but it was a good time. Fun time.
I just think it's a fun thing to check out, especially if you know the series. But
for sure.
Actually, it's a little fun holiday special where basically Buzz Lightyear helps save Christmas. Man, I can't even be too harsh on, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
Christmas is an awesome space battle with Zurg, so.
The space battle with Zurg is definitely the best part of the episode for me, but I don't know. Like I said, I think maybe if I were to critique it, I'd just say like it kind of feels like it's running through the motions a little too much, and I don't know. It's hard. It's difficult to place when I've never seen any of the rest of the show. Like you understand my dilemma, right?
Yeah, and the thing you gotta keep in mind is it's Saturday morning cartoon, so they're not trying to go Batman the Animated Series level with it, but they're still just having fun with it.
Oh, sure. All right, well, as we established, this was a tricky one for us in Christmas in July, but we got through it. You know, I think I've gained a little bit of an appreciation for the series. So, you know, as we said, there's definitely a lot of formulas to be had. XR's whole Scrooge arc, and then lighting the tree, delivering the presents, all kinds of formulas. And we here at Christmas in July, we feel like there's a scientific process behind all these holiday cliches, and gosh darn it, we're gonna figure out what it is.
And how are we gonna do that, Tiki?
We're gonna do that by putting the mistletoe underneath the microscope. Next time on Christmas in July.
La 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 to infinity and beyond.
But first, since I forgot to announce what we're going to be doing tomorrow.
Oh, right.
It's a special 2-for-1 CGI fest. Yay!
Yay! Hey, coming off of Toy Story into CGI, what do you know?
Indeed. Well, this is technically 2D animation, so.
Well, I mean, it opens with CG, you know.
Yeah, but it's a 2D product. But anyways, I digress. So, we're going to be rounding off, I believe this is the last DreamWorks special, right? Right, Blue Dragon 5?
Yes, it is.
Okay, we're going to be rounding off our series looking at the DreamWorks Christmas specials with perhaps the most famous one of them all, Shrek the Halls. So that should be a fun time. And then Blue Dragon 5, we're also doing something a little bit interesting and kind of a bonus video for you guys. It's a little bit kind of outside the box of what we're usually doing with Christmas in July. You want to explain that, Blue Dragon 5?
You mean our venture into Disney?
Yes.
Right, so yeah, we are, there's going to be another video similar to this, but we're not going to tell you what it is just yet.
Not yet, yeah.
Not yet, but for this video, I was just thinking of the notion of, what if one of the most popular winter Disney films had a Christmas special? It's a very popular one, and it's, what is it, Tiki?
We're going to be brainstorming and coming up with ideas for a Frozen Christmas special.
Yay!
Woohoo! Yeah, are you frozened out yet? Because we're not. No, seriously, like I have a ton of ideas. I have a whole framing device in mind.
The more Frozen, the better.
The backstory's a bit really emotional. It's going to be a fun time.
I got no commentary for Frozen, so I feel unfulfilled about it. So I'm all for talking about Frozen.
All right. So yeah, so like we said, Frozen talk tomorrow as well as Shrek the Hall. So it should be a fun time. All right, everybody. Hope you have a good holiday and catch you later. I am Zurg.